This week on Wardens, a Michigan conservation officer in District 4 checks on ice anglers and snowmobilers during a chilly February weekend.
I have an issue here, okay?
A D7 officer patrols on the opening day of Firearm Deer season and to look at a class for some of the state's hunter safety instructors. Wild animals and wild places. They're more than a picture. They're inspiration, excitement, and adventure. Patrolling and protecting these natural resources is a first-class band of peace officers. These are the Wardens, dedicated to the preservation of our great outdoors. The weather in Michigan can be very cold in the winter. Although the chilly conditions may push some people towards indoor activities, others excitedly head outside to partake in recreational activities that can only be enjoyed when winter conditions are right. Two of the most popular forms of cold weather recreation in Michigan are ice fishing and snowmobiling. In the state's District 4, Conservation Officer Angela Greenway is checking ice anglers during the last weekend in February.
So this is Haymarsh Lake in our Haymarsh State Game Area. Usually there's quite a few people out here. You guys can do really well on panfish. We're gonna go see how these guys are doing today. How are the fish fighting?
Not worth crap.
Really? So they've slowed down here, huh?
Yeah, that's what I heard. A couple guys around here before we got here. It was late. Yeah.
Really?
We just got here. Yeah.
Okay. Typically the amount of people is proportionate to the bite, so when I saw three people I was like, oh no.
There was quite a few out here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they were doing real good. So, do you have your license on you? I'll check that quick.
Yep.
All right. Are you even marking any fish?
Few, but little ones.
Little ones. Do you have any tip-ups out?
Nope.
I don't see anything set.
No tip-ups.
Thank you, you're all set. All right, guys, good luck. Yeah. Good morning, Conservation Officer.
Oh, hey.
How you doing?
You're good.
Good.
I guess
Just
you
you in
want
there?
Oh,
Just yourself?
Yep.
Okay. Doing any good?
Oh, no, I just got here.
Okay. You know what I'm looking for then, huh?
Yep. There you go.
You good?
Yep. Yeah, I just got here, so
Okay.
I just got set up, so.
Get set up and get going, huh?
Yep.
All right, well, good luck to you.
Yep, thank you.
It's deceiving out here. You know?
It is.
Huh? Well, it was deceiving out here.
It's only eight above.
Is it? Yeah. I can't. It was a little bit of wind too. I think it's out of the west. It's supposed to warm up though.
Yeah, that's right.
30 degrees.
No.
It's gonna be a while before.
They said the 20s today. I'm counting on it. So.
You say you're counting on 30 degrees?
On the 20s, yeah.
Hey guys, how you doing? Good.
That's a long walk.
Yeah, you guys switched to the slushy spot here. Nice, you got some fish on ice. It's the first fish I've seen today, so.
Yeah.
You're doing better than everybody else I've checked. Check your licenses quick, guys.
Yeah. We appreciate you guys being out here.
Hey, well, thank you. Very good, thank you. Very good, thank you. Sarah, this is yours? Okay. Do you have a marker on you by chance? No, it doesn't have your name and address.
That's my newest one.
Yeah. You don't have one on you? All right.
Normally I mark them like that.
Okay. Just before you come out next time, just get
Oh yeah, definitely.
it marked up for me, okay?
Definitely.
No, it's the slowest day we've ever had.
Yeah?
Terrible.
It's got all the weed.
Oh, I was just smoking.
Yeah? You know you're on a public roadway, right? The frozen surface of waters in Michigan are considered a public roadway. Yeah, you didn't know that? Do you have ID on you?
Yep.
The season in Michigan that typically has the most hunters and conservation officers in the woods is the Firearm Deer season. Many hunters have multi-generation traditions that may include large family gatherings and kids having the day off from school for the November 15th opening day. In the state's District 7, CO Kyle McQueer is checking on some hunters on the Firearm Deer opener.
Were you guys in a tree stand?
No, we were on the ground over by Bassett.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get a little wet?
Oh my God, yes.
Did you see anything at least?
No, I had a guy set up 60 yards from me.
Okay.
And my wife had another guy about 100 yards from her.
Okay.
So.
Do you have your CPL license on you as well?
Oh yeah.
I'll take a look at that real quick. Nothing yet this year for you?
No. Yeah, I've been skunked.
Is this the only spot you guys come out to? Or do you have private land to hunt, or?
My sister owns property in Reed City, but I haven't been able to make it up there either.
Okay. Bow hunt at all?
I tried.
Did you see anything?
Nope.
Did you stay wet?
No, this actually keeps me pretty dry.
Okay, perfect.
Just changed my clothes.
Okay. Well, I'll just take a look at your licenses real quick, and I'll let you be on your way. Were you successful yet this year?
Nope.
Nothing? Perfect. You're all set, sir. You enjoy the rest of your day.
About a week later, another CO is on patrol during the state's Firearm Deer season. It's the second weekend of the season in the state's District 1. And Officer Stephen Butson is paying close attention to deer hunters. While driving down a country road, CO Butson slows his truck to chat with the motorist that's headed the other way.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing well.
Out hunting or out scouting? Or
Running down to camp, actually.
You got any firearms in the vehicle today?
I do. I've got a 7 mag in the case in the back seat.
Mind if I take a look at that real quick?
As he's checking this man's rifle, Officer Butson discovers that it's still loaded. Whether hunting for whitetails, small game, or any other species, Michigan hunters are required to attend hunter safety courses prior to purchasing their licenses. The state is diligent in making sure that a wide variety of educational and safety topics are covered. To do so, they require the instructors for their hunter safety classes to be certified. They also frequently offer voluntary classes for their certified instructors.
So what we have going on this weekend is we have our Hunter Education Volunteer Instructor Academy. It's a 4-day program where we take volunteer dedicated instructors who want to teach hunter education to students across the entire state of Michigan. We bring them here and we give them tips and tricks and tools to be able to take the information that they already have and make them a better teacher, a better presenter, a better instructor, and getting the information that we want out to the kids or the students to get it to them in a better way, a more effective and efficient manner.
One important thing for instructors to keep in mind is that the best teaching method is not always the same for everyone. It varies from student to student.
So learning styles, these 7, are the way that people can be taught. So when I'm up here right now, visual, you're looking at this screen right now. If you're a visual learner, you love these charts. They're colorful and merry and organized, and you're a visual learner.
It's the foundation. What we do here is by providing the basic training, we're providing the basic foundation for a student and hope that the responsible adult in that student's life will build on the foundation that we have started or created.
For those who are teaching hunter safety, they should also be aware that some things should be avoided in the classroom and when conducting field training.
So this is one of the ones I wanted to hear, that I was going to add if you didn't. I would have said patronizing, but same thing, demeaning. So we'll end on that one because it needed to come up. So out of all of these, I would argue the 2 most important are, and when I say I would argue, research would argue, that being boring, which pairs with monotone. Nobody's paying attention. There's one that you can cure easily. Anybody can learn to not be boring unless they hate public speaking. But then why are you doing this job, right? And then the last one, this demeaning.
So the volunteer instructors, not just in the hunter education program, but in all of our programs, they are so critical. We say that they are the backbone because they really truly are the backbone to our programs that we teach. Without the volunteer instructors, we would have to have our conservation officer. We have to pull them out of the field doing enforcement efforts to be able to come in and teach the classes that we are currently teaching with volunteers. So they do us a tremendous, tremendous, tremendous duty by teaching the classes for us.
An important emphasis for Michigan's DNR is to ensure that their courses are structured so that they're accessible to everyone regardless of ability or disability.
It could be hot pink, it could be white, it could be yellow, or it could be blue. The law does not specify what color. It just needs to be marked. It could be spray painted even. And we need an access aisle. And there needs to be signage, like a sign, an actual sign posted. If you can do activities with your hand in a fist like this, in most instances that is accessible. So if you're going to this doorknob here, you can put your hand in here and you can pull down and you should be able to open your door. Where this, you would never be able to open the door.
After some classroom teaching, these hunter safety instructors were given the opportunity to utilize accessible equipment.
From car accident or even born and now is handicapped. Now a lot of people feel like, okay, I'm not good enough to do this, I'm not good enough to that. That's what our goal is to make them feel, okay, I can do this, I can go out and do this. Now you have your kid who's on a normal pedal bike and now you're on a hand cycle and you can go same pace, even faster than anyone. Now you feel you get your life back. That's our major goal, is to get people's life back.
From our perspective, the most important thing is the safety. Our goal, reduce accidents, reduce incidences, reduce fatalities, reduce injuries, reduce property damage, save lives. Bottom line, that's what it is. And if we can teach somebody, and they can walk out of one of these classes with just one little component. We will never know if we saved their life or not, but if they walk out here with one component that says, wow, I shouldn't do that because I learned this, we just won. That's what we need.
Michigan Conservation Officer Stephen Butson is working during the second week of the state's firearm deer season. He's encountered a man who was driving his pickup with his deer rifle in the back seat. The man's rifle was in a gun case, but it was also loaded, which is a violation.
You ever been in any trouble with us before?
No, not even a speeding ticket my whole life.
Okay. All right.
So,
if you just want to have a seat in the driver's side, right in your back in your truck, and I'll be right back with you. Okay. He's got a loaded firearm in a motor vehicle. Obviously, it's an issue. It's a safety concern, especially with the dog running around back and forth and bounce around in the back seat. Do I think that you're out here road hunting deer? No. Sounds like you're trying to do it the right way, but obviously you're going to have to double check to make sure that your firearm's unloaded. Okay.
In this case, for possessing a loaded firearm in a motor vehicle, this man paid a court-ordered fine of $205.
Thinking back, I know exactly what happened last night. So.
What happened last night?
I was in my blind up north, and I've got that 5.5-year-old that's in there, and I also got a whole crop of does coming in. I had them on my bait till about 6:15 last night, well into dark, and I had to unpack, basically get my heater and everything out of there. So I was in, I just packed everything up and walked out. And walked away. And
gotcha. Didn't double check for a couple times.
That's on me.
Okay.
Approximately 3 months after Officer Butson was patrolling deer hunters in the southwest part of the state, Michigan Conservation Officer Angela Greenway is in the state's District 4 and is checking on ice anglers and snowmobilers. She's encountered a fisherman who admitted to smoking marijuana right before CO Greenway made contact with him. This fisherman tells CO Greenway that he has a medical marijuana card.
In the fishing guide, it tells you that. It's pretty common knowledge that the frozen surfaces of Michigan are considered an extension of the public roadway. Yep. So you're on public property here. There's public accesses to this lake. This is public out here. So I'm pretty sure your medical marijuana card probably restricts you to being inside your residence, correct? In your car, someplace not open to the public, right? Do you have a lot of weed out here?
No. Go grab it.
I understand if you're 21, it's legal to have marijuana. There are restrictions with that. You can't have it open out here in the public.
It's good to know that. Yeah,
and your card, you're not. So did you say you have this here?
Yep.
Okay.
It's just that little bit.
I need you to take that and go lock it in your truck.
Okay.
Is that fair enough?
Yep.
We won't address this with any tickets or anything, but
okay.
And I take it you're not driving, right?
No.
You guys he's riding with you guys?
Good, yeah.
Okay.
That's how we got here.
Okay. right, guys. Yep, go lock that up and we'll be good. No fish, guys?
Nope, not yet.
You can look
No.
at it all you want.
We were
I
really
caught a
hoping
bass, but we just catch and release anyway.
Okay.
Later in her patrol, Officer Greenway checks on snowmobilers near her.
How we doing? How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. Looks like you guys are all squared away with your stickers and registration. Yep. Are the three of you together?
Yeah, he's good.
Okay. All right. How are the trails? How are the conditions?
Good.
A lot of traffic or no?
Yeah, there's quite a bit.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Are you guys, where are you coming from and going to?
We left at Farwell and we're heading to the head.
Oh, okay.
He lives in Cedar Springs, so
Okay.
we're going to go visit her for a little bit and then head back.
Then head back. All right, very good. All right, be safe out there. You're all set. Hi guys, how you doing? Good.
I did run him out of air.
Who's Orange Articat? Do you have registration? I can see where a registration used to be. And this shows that it's registered through the 9/30 of 21. So, do you have your ID?
Yep.
Okay. You want to stand on the other side of the snowmobile for me for just a second? I want to check this VIN.
I have a suspicious holding at Family Dollar in the
Are you riding alone today or are you with someone?
No, I'm with a friend.
Okay. They're over there by the fire? I take it? Okay. And you don't have any sort of bill of sale?
I didn't get a receipt.
You didn't get a receipt or anything? I'm gonna ask you again, did you take the stickers off or did they come, were they off when you got it?
Just like this one I got.
Okay.
Michigan Conservation Officer Angela Greenway has encountered a snowmobiler who does not have his snowmobile properly registered.
I have an issue here, okay, because I've got a registration that's not in your name. You're now claiming to be the second owner of this machine.
No, I think I'm the third one.
Well, the third, but second from this guy.
Okay.
You know, it doesn't come back stolen, but you don't have a bill of sale on this. You know, you can't have these out here unless they're registered. It's kind of like you wouldn't drive your car without a license plate, right?
I understand that. I'm trying to get into the Secretary of State. It's hard to get in there.
Right. Do you have anything to show, like typically now what the Secretary of State is doing is they send you an email or something that shows a date or a letter saying your appointment is on this date at this time.
Okay.
Do you have anything like that to show that you even tried? Because that's what I'm hearing out here. Everybody's saying, well, I'm trying to get into Secretary of State, but I can't. How do I know that you're trying?
Right.
You know?
In this case, for failing to display his snowmobile's registration decal, this man paid a court-ordered fine of $150.
Snowmobiles are a lot like your vehicle. If you need it for your vehicle, you need it for your snowmobile. Minus insurance. So you're not going to drive a car around. I mean, I know Secretary of State a little different. You see a lot of cars without plates, but you don't drive a car around without a plate.
No.
And that's what your stickers are. You know, whether you took them off or not, I'm believing that you probably didn't.
I did.
And I understand you got to ride when there's snow there, right?
No, I understand,
you got to make hay when the sun shines, but I still, you know, everybody else has registrations here and they got to be displayed.
As she continues her weekend patrol, CO Greenway has encountered two men who both have their fishing licenses and have everything squared away. Their fishing companion, however, immediately states that he does not have a fishing license.
You don't even have one? No. How many fish did you catch? 0? You had a line with though, right? You were fishing?
Yeah, I'm being honest.
Okay.
I went out with my wife last weekend on free fishing and then
Came out with these guys?
came out with these guys and that was it.
Okay. Do you have a phone on you?
Yeah.
You're being honest with me, and I appreciate that.
100% honest.
Absolutely.
No reason to lie.
Okay, and I appreciate that. Would you be willing to purchase one online?
Yeah.
I'm giving you that opportunity to do that right now, and
Absolutely.
I can take a look at it other than writing a ticket. Like I said, I reward honesty, and you're not being difficult, so.
No, I hope not.
Are you in agreement with that? I mean, you're good with that? I don't want to force you to do something you don't want to do.
No, because the ticket's going to be a lot more than a $26 license.
Absolutely.
CO Greenway gives the man the option of receiving a citation or buying his license while she waits for him.
There's the sales confirmation there.
Oops. Whoops. Killed review. Okay, yep.
Fish daily, starting today, right now.
Okay, I'm good with that, sir. I think that's I'm satisfied if you are.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, absolutely. There's no doubt he was fishing. I didn't witness him with a line in the water, and he was very honest with me, and we don't always get that. So that's a couple factors that I really take into account when I'm making a decision if I'm gonna, cite somebody or not. Everybody and every officer, we all have discretion and we do things a little differently, but those are a couple of the factors that I looked at in basing my decision. Just make sure next time you get your license before you come out.
I generally do. I get my kids into this and do it the right way.
Absolutely. You never know when you're going to run into the game warden.
This week on Wardens, 2 Michigan conservation officers in District 8 patrol deer hunters during the firearm season.
Do you have permission on that property there?
A look at some of the training recruits undertake before they are fully commissioned police officers, and a class on foraging that the DNR offers. Wild animals and wild places. They're more than a picture. They're inspiration, excitement, and adventure. Patrolling and protecting these natural resources is a first-class band of peace officers. These are the Wardens, dedicated to the preservation of our great outdoors. The season in Michigan that typically has the most hunters and conservation officers in the woods is the firearm deer season. White-tailed deer are the most prevalent big game species in the state by far. Many hunters look forward to deer season for months before it opens. In the state's District 8, Officer Chris Reynolds is on patrol during the last weekend of the firearm deer season. After working a couple of other cases during the morning and early afternoon, CO Reynolds is back in his patrol truck when he spots an off-road vehicle with occupants who are not wearing their seatbelts.
How you doing today, sir?
How you doing?
Not too bad, State Conservation Officer. You know why I stopped you?
No.
Well, if you were wearing your seatbelts, then I would have never stopped you. You got to have your seatbelts on. So.
I apologize.
So, all right. Well, sounds good. Where are you guys riding from?
Ohio.
All the way from Ohio?
Well, we're from Ohio.
Yeah, we're from Ohio.
All right. Well, sounds
Riding
good.
with our buddies here.
All right. How many of you is there?
2 machines and then the machine behind us.
All right. All right. Well, sounds good. So, yeah, if you had your seatbelts on, I'm sure you saw me sitting there watching everybody go by. I checked everybody's ORV stickers, and then everybody else was wearing their seatbelts.
Apologize.
So, all right. Well, just hang on for a second. I'll be right with you. All right. 2 individuals. Neither one of them are using their safety devices, seatbelts. Probably going to write a citation to one of the individuals for not wearing a seatbelt and give a warning to the passenger. It's a husband and wife. It's a civil infraction, not the end of the world. They can take care of it over the phone and pretty painless. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let him know what's going on. That way they're not sitting there wondering what I'm doing. And we'll go from there, okay? So, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, since both of you didn't have your seatbelts on, I'm going to write one ticket to you, the driver, for not having your seatbelt. It's a civil infraction. You can take care of it right over the phone. Okay. So that's where we're at. So just wanted to let you know what I was doing. That way you weren't sitting here wondering, all right? All right. Okay, thank you. Thanks.
In this case, for not wearing his seatbelt in this ORV, this man pled responsible and paid a court-ordered fine of $80.
We could just send everything over or do it all over the phone? Or?
Yeah, literally, you could take care of it right over the phone. Okay. If you plead responsible and take care of it, you can plead responsible and take care of it right over the phone. Gotcha. Don't even have to appear. So.
Question for you.
Yes, sir.
I ride up in grueling area, all that. So all the time in these, we need to have one.
Yep. You got your roll cage. You got your windshield. So, yeah, the seatbelt's a must. Okay. So.
All right.
So just
learn something new today.
Do you guys have a Michigan ORV guide? It's got all the laws and regulations.
No,
Would you like one?
Sure.
All right, I'll grab you one.
Thank you.
Here you go, sir.
All right.
All right. Take care. Have a good one.
You too.
Have a good day. So a lot of times people are unaware of the laws, everything with the ORVs. You know, every county is a little different. Some counties you can't operate on any of the roads. Like these individuals they were wondering about in the northern part of Michigan. So easiest way is to educate them, give them a book, and hopefully they'll be riding safe from here on out.
Around dusk, Officer Reynolds and his partner, Conservation Officer Ed Rice, begin to look into a tip they received about a man who may be trespassing while he hunts.
So we're just getting here at a complaint. We've had some complaints on an individual hunting within this individual's safety zone. They do have a feeder out there as well. We don't know if they have bait, but they are within the safety zone, and the landowner does want them prosecuted. So myself and my partner, Officer Rice, we're gonna go back and make contact with this hunter and see what he says. Officer Rice is up talking with the landowner right now. So
Officers Rice and Reynolds find a hunting blind that contains hunting gear, but no hunters. While they're checking with an area landowner for help in contacting the possible hunter, they see two men returning to the blind that they had just searched.
There he is right there. He was back on her property probably.
Where you guys at when we just came by?
Oh.
You guys went off to?
No, we just out here walking.
Out where we're walking?
In the field right here.
Okay. Did
Yeah.
you shoot something?
No, sir.
What were you after?
No, we just walking. Look.
Okay. You didn't hear us call you? You didn't see us with flashlights
Nope.
or anything?
No.
How far did you go?
Actually, it's right to the creek bed. There's a creek there.
Okay.
How far? As far as the distance?
I don't. The creek bed's out this way. I don't know.
They could just take a guess.
200 yards.
All right. So do you have permission to hunt that property there?
No, I didn't hunt her. I was just out walking to look, see what was out there. But no, I did not have permission. No.
Okay. You got your ID with you?
Yes, sir.
Michigan's DNR encourages its residents to forage for wild-grown foods. It is a beneficial way to explore the outdoors and bring nature's produce to the dinner table. Aaron and Jill Grenchick are licensed wild mushroom foragers.
It's hard to have any generalized statement that holds true. Sometimes it's right near the riverside, and then sometimes it's up on the bluff where it's just the conditions are right and the trees are there. So if I take my knife here and I cut this vertically, you're going to see that indeed the cap is attached at the base of the stem, not at the top like a verpa would be. See, the stem is hollow, and on the verpa that cottony pith would be all the way down. So it's attached at the base and it's hollow. We have the Morchella angusta step, which is really a wonderful, delicious, in my opinion, it's got a lot of distinct flavor compared to the blonde morel. This is really one of those home runs, and there's a few more hiding up here.
They have tremendous experience and knowledge regarding how, when, and where to seek wild mushrooms.
The morel mushroom falls under a few different categories. Some mushrooms are specific, whether they're mycorrhizal or parasitic or saprotrophic. And the morel mushroom is really sneaky in the way that it actually displays behavior of all three in certain times. And so what that means is sometimes these morel mushrooms are attached to the trees that they grow with. Sometimes they're actually doing harm to the vegetation that they're near. They're parasitic in those circumstances. And then sometimes they're actually helping break down and doing the decomposition of the woody material that they're near. So that makes them saprotrophic. And so these are going to be the black morel that we're looking for, the Morchella angusta steps. And again, they're really challenging to see.
I have the advantage because I found it there in the same spot last time.
Years past, I found them on both sides, almost flooded, but this is such a dry area. But since it's an old riverbed, this has more moisture than a lot of the other areas surrounding us. And you're gonna see that it's got a nice canopy, so it's fairly shaded. It's not gonna get that direct heat. A lot of the areas I've come across this past week, they've been dried up. Once I see one, I like to slow down because it's very likely that if I move some of this brush or debris, if I just look, I'm gonna see maybe like a little tidbit of one. So once I take the time and I kind of do an inspection and I'm like, okay, I'm not missing anything else obvious. I don't want to get too excited. I want to slow down. I'm having fun still. And then I'm simply just gonna go, and this is a really nice specimen. If we let it be out here any longer, it probably is gonna dry up. So I get my knife and I get right to the base of it. I do a nice clean cut. And it's pretty clean. Maybe just kind of brush it off, give it a little bit of love.
Although morel mushrooms are what foragers are seeking most often, Aaron and Jill specialize in 20 mushroom varieties and are always on the lookout for all of them when they're in the woods.
So we're looking at that thing that's like a knot on the tree?
Exactly.
Okay.
And sometimes a wood burl will resemble chaga, but after a while you get really kind of acutely accustomed to distinguishing the difference between a wood burl or a piece of chaga. And instead of having spikes on my feet or shoes, it's a scenario where I can wrap it around the tree once I untie it here. And basically, once I wrap it around the tree and I put it in position, this provides a step for me. And the rope makes it so that I'm not damaging the tree, just a little tiny grab right there. And I can place one and then I'll do another one. So there is better ways to do this, but this is me 101 birch chaga hunting. I like to get it somewhere where I can reach, give me a good basis to work off of. So I do kind of somewhat of a slip knot so that when I'm higher up, it's easier for me to take it apart. Might be able to get away with one more. But again, I want to be comfortable. I don't ever want to be in a rush. That's when mistakes happen. Believe it or not, I'm within reach right here, so I'm going to call it good. This is known as Enotinus oblique. It's easier to remember chaga. So this is a fruiting body of the chaga mushroom. I do have a hatchet. You always want to have extreme caution, safety first in any circumstance, so I'm comfortable, I'm calm, and I'm not going to go into the tree. I'm going to find a spot right about here, and I'm into the fruiting body, and there's a perimeter rim of the chaga that I'm going to leave. And I'm going to try to do one little small hat. Beautiful specimen. Looks like a piece of charcoal. Nice and clean. You can actually see some of the mycelium. You could see the little effort that I took to knock that off. It was one little hit and I broke it off. I didn't go into the wood. So the orange part, as you can vividly see, it's got a real vibrancy to it. Complex vitamin B and D, magnesium, selenium, riboflavin, iron, copper, all jam-packed into this mushroom. So it's a cancer-fighting mushroom that we're aware of. It's also known to lower cholesterol rates. It's also known to control blood pressure. It's an anti-inflammatory. So this is really just phenomenal mushroom that we make tea out of traditionally.
I don't know if you mentioned, but it tastes like coffee meets green tea. It's kind of a maple flavor, vanilla almost.
Oh, really?
You'd be surprised how good it tastes.
Aaron and I have been hunting mushrooms for 40 plus years in this area, so I think that gives us a little advantage to it, right?
Plus I can't stand still, so I like to hike a lot.
Michigan conservation officers receive comprehensive training before they are assigned to a county to patrol on a regular basis. They go through the same training as recruits for Michigan State Police and are also taught to enforce the state's fish and game laws. Among the skills that CO recruits are expected to learn are how to rescue swimmers, analyze footprints and tire tracks, and operate their state-issued vehicles safely and efficiently. One way to test CO candidates is to present them with different scenarios that they may encounter while they're on patrol. In the state's District 8, Sergeant Todd Thorne is overseeing a day of scenarios for future conservation officers to evaluate what they've learned so far at the Academy and to take stock of what they may need to focus on further before they graduate. Current officers are proctors for each situation.
This is a basic deer hunting scenario. This is public land, okay? Got it, there's a permanent blind. That's not in play, it's a pop-up blind, okay? So treat it like a pop-up blind, the backpack's not in play. Basic deer hunter check, okay? It's November the 15th, which is opening day at current time. I will be station 20 if you need to run a file or anything like that. I'll be station 20. Make sure you get her information if you decide to do any kind of enforcement action, okay? Okay. Hi there, State Conservation Officers, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. This is Conservation Officer Langworthy. I'm Conservation Officer Mark Riffett.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, any luck today?
No, not so far.
Not so far. Okay, have you seen any deer at all?
No.
Okay.
Lots of people.
Yeah? How long have you been out?
Since this morning. I'm sorry, what?
You want to come down here?
Sure.
Is that way it's easier?
My gun?
Is that firearm loaded?
No.
Just leave it right where it's at for now.
It's good right there.
Yep. Just be careful.
Yep.
Careful, watch your step behind you.
Yep.
You got your hunting license on you?
I don't, but I have my driver's license.
Okay, you want her to check that?
Yep.
She can check that for you. Okay. You got to make sure you have your tags with you. So what would you do if you killed a deer?
Well, that's the thing. I was gonna get a license if I got one.
No, you can't do that. So you don't have a license, is what you're telling us.
I have a driver's license.
Oh, so you don't have a hunting license?
No.
Is this your first time hunting?
Okay.
No.
No. Well, today, this is the opening day, right?
Right.
But have you hunted in the past?
Yes.
Do you usually get your license?
Yes, I usually do.
Did you forget your license or did you not buy one on purpose?
I didn't buy one because I wanted to get out here first thing this morning because it's opening day.
Okay.
And then the deer get scared and then they all,
Okay.
So I should have bought one last night, but work ended up being late and everything else. So.
Okay. She was gonna buy a tag after she shot a deer. I mean, not giving us any kind of story at all or anything, but she gotta have a license.
Yeah, she does have a license, and did you ask her about any color? Does she have orange?
She does have orange in there. Yep. And
she didn't have it on?
No, she didn't have it on in the blind.
Okay.
Yep. So she gotta have the orange on.
Orange on in the blind.
Yep.
And firearms unloaded.
The firearm's appropriate for this zone.
Okay.
So I mean that shouldn't be an issue.
Okay.
That's why I want to. And it's unloaded, so it's safe right now. I just wanted to get it out of there. But
okay. So we're
that's what we want to do.
We're ready.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So
maybe give her a warning on the orange.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell it that way?
Yep.
Okay, all right, do that. Yep. I see you have your orange. I appreciate you that you wore that out here, but you got to have it on.
Okay.
That's a safety issue.
Right.
There's a lot of people, especially downstate, a lot of people, we don't want anybody getting shot, so.
Okay.
And then, of course, you don't have a license.
Right.
So here's your driver's license back.
Thank you.
Yeah, you gotta have a valid hunting license. I suggest you get in our guides and look at the guides and learn all the rules before you come out here and do it, so you can do it the right way.
Okay.
These are really important resources to this state, and we want to protect them. So.
Those are online too, right?
Yes, they are, man.
Okay. Yep.
I got them. I actually got them right on my phone. I can look them up anytime I want. So
okay.
It's really handy to do it that way.
Okay.
Yep. But we're going to be writing you a citation today.
Okay.
For hunting without a valid license, and we're going to give you a verbal warning on the orange.
She doesn't have a license this year, but she's had a license the last 3 years. What does that tell you?
That she just didn't buy it.
She knows better.
She
knows better.
Yeah.
She may have taken deer illegally in the past.
Yeah. So say if she bought it on the 16th or even 15th at 9 o'clock at night.
All right. The other thing, you said you were going to give her a verbal warning for the hunter's orange? Officer discretion is officer discretion, but I'm just saying you probably want to have that on the ticket. If there's a warning spot, put that on there as hunter.
Okay. So
number 1, misdemeanor, hunt no license. Number 2, warning, hunter's orange, and then put in notes section. Had hunter's orange with her.
Okay.
She put her hunter's orange.
So you can get it on the actual ticket. You can give a warning on it.
So I didn't I just probably used inappropriate language because I didn't understand the distinction between the two. So.
Because if you go in front of a judge or magistrate, that's say, hey, well, I gave her a verbal warning.
There's no proof.
There's no proof of it. Did you ask her if she had any other weapons on her?
I don't think I did.
I didn't hear you ask.
No.
I have a CPL, so.
So she has a CPL, and I'm telling you that because a lot of the hunters you're going to come across are going to have a CPL and they're going to be carrying, and they're going to forget to tell you because they have a firearm in their arm. But when you ask for their driver's license or hunter's license, they unzip their jacket or they reach down and they take their overalls off. You see a pistol. Why do you got a pistol? Why got a CPL? Why didn't you tell me? Well, they tell you in class when you make contact law enforcement.
You have to.
I didn't think about it because I'm carrying a firearm. I didn't think I had it, So they.
You still have to tell us.
Yep. Sometimes they will. Sometimes like, hey, sir, just let you know I got a CPL. Where's it at? I got a pistol on the right hip. All right, just keep it there.
Michigan Conservation Officers Chris Reynolds and Ed Rice are in the process of investigating a case where 2 men were trespassing during the Firearm Deer season. The hunters also have their blind set up within 150 yards of an occupied dwelling without permission, which is a violation of the state's safety zone law.
So you guys were out there walking?
Yes, sir.
When you didn't see us or hear us or anything like
sir,
that?
I did not.
Okay. Just you two?
Yes, sir.
With the firearms and the crossbow?
Yep.
Okay. All right. You guys see any deer?
Deer.
Nothing? Okay. So you guys just decided to go for a walk, huh?
Yeah, we were just out looking around. This is my first time out here.
All right. You realize you trespass on somebody else's property?
No, I don't know anything about this area.
All right. So, who brought you out here? Who brought you out here?
That's my dad.
Oh, it's your dad?
Yeah,
right.
I just now got to know him. I didn't know him for 20 years.
All right.
So that's why my name's different. I'm from Florida.
All right.
I just moved up here a couple months ago or something.
All right. So what were you guys doing out there?
Oh, I was just walking around. We were seeing, because we could see, like, he said that this is where they come from, because that's where I got the feeder. We were seeing if there's anything out there, but...
Is that your feeder?
That's not mine, no.
Whose is it?
It's his, I guess. I mean,
It's your dad's?
yeah. He
All
just got it, I think.
Yeah, it looks fairly new, so.
It's not illegal to have a feeder out, but to make it active, to have, you know, grain.
All right. So whose vest is in the, whose hunter's orange vest is in the blind?
It was one of our spare ones. I have probably 3 more in the truck up there.
All right, who brought it out with you today?
Nobody.
I thought one of us grabbed it. I thought that was the one I grabbed.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just out there. Yeah, I don't know. I know I have 2 more.
We got jackets out there too, I think.
Yeah.
We got a whole bunch of stuff.
So I know I have 2 or 3 more in the truck, yeah.
How long you been hunting here?
Here?
Yeah.
Maybe a month.
All right, so you guys just decided to...
Yeah, I just wanted to go walking. I said it was done. We was done for the night. Actually, as we was packing up, as you was coming up, I didn't know you guys was up there, but yeah, we was just packing up to come back up to the truck.
All right, so I'm sure my partner advised you the multiple issues that you got going right now. I mean, you trespassed.
Not yet. He didn't.
I haven't got through everything.
He hadn't said anything to me yet.
All right.
That's why I was asking. I didn't know what was all going on.
Yeah, so we got the trespass, we got the baiting. Obviously, when we
well,
encountered you,
yeah.
we didn't have any owner's orange on.
Neither one of them. They're both firearms are loaded.
And you're within the safety zone, which we talked about already.
Yeah.
So.
In this case, both of these men were charged with a safety zone violation as well as recreational trespassing. Both hunters pled guilty to recreational trespassing, and each of them paid a court-ordered fine of $300.
I know I need to get the feeder down.
Right.
I ain't nothing I have to do tonight. I can come and do that tomorrow or whatever. Is that okay?
The sooner the better. I'd like you to take it.
Yeah.
At least empty it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I
so
said,
we'll
you
get
can
down
have a
and get it
feeder out there as long as
it.
it's not active.
Yeah.
There's no.
All right. I can turn it off and take the battery out.
So,
then. That's okay then.
Let's
okay.
do that.
All right. I can do that. I can turn the battery. I can take the battery out.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for being decent with us, and
Thank you.
Yep.
Take care, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks.
This week on Wardens, a Michigan conservation officer teams up with his partners to patrol deer hunters during the first weekend of the state's firearm deer season.
So that bait's been there for 2 months?
Yeah.
And you're going to continue to hunt over it?
I'm hunting for coyotes.
A CO in D1 receives an award from the U.S. Department of Defense for supporting members of the Coast Guard and to look at an opportunity for those with disabilities to ride off-road vehicles. Wild animals and wild places. They're more than a picture. They're inspiration, excitement, and adventure. Patrolling and protecting these natural resources is a first-class band of peace officers. These are the Wardens, dedicated to the preservation of our great outdoors. Michigan's firearm deer season is typically the time that draws the most people to the woods. It's a season that keeps the state's conservation officers very busy with things that they have observed before the season and want to check out, as well as new issues that are brought to their attention on a near daily and sometimes hourly basis. In the state's District 9, Officer Joe Deppen has just left one case and is headed to another.
So we just got a call over the radio. A woman called in. She said that she believes 2 people are hunting well within the safety zone on her property. And so we're going to head over there. We're a few minutes out, bring a rangefinder and figure out if they're within the safety zone or if they're well outside of it. And also see exactly what they're hunting for and if there weren't any orange.
Once he arrives in the area, CO Deppen meets up with Sergeant Chris Maher.
How far?
Just trying to make sure I'm not catching another tree in there, but I got 94.
He's hunting with his son. Feet are down to your left. How you doing? Conservation officers. If you just lean your firearm, leave it on the ground for a minute. Not point it up, you can just leave it on the ground.
So from the house back there, we had 95 yards.
Okay.
That'd be 150 yards from an occupied dwelling when you're hunting. Who's
Is this your land?
It's my dad's land, sir.
Okay.
He's got
How many acres you got right here?
He has 10 acres. We're sitting there, we're just facing that direction there.
It looks like you're relatively close to a few properties, so you can technically, I guess, be inside of a safety zone with permission.
Okay, sir.
Okay, but there's quite a few houses here, and people are a little bit nervous with how close you are to them. So we had a call.
Okay, sir.
And according to the residents that called you, like I said, within 95 yards. So this stand, you're not going to be allowed to gun hunt from that.
Okay, sir.
Archery's a little different. Safety zone doesn't come into play unless you went around to the whole neighborhood and got permission.
Yes, sir.
I don't think that there's enough space here for you to gun hunt. So
I do understand, and I will head out. I just told my son, I said, I don't really think we're going to see anything. He just hasn't been out with me yet this year.
Right.
And so.
Cool. You got an ID on you?
Yes, sir, I do.
Don't got a concealed pistol or anything?
I do, sir.
You got one on you?
Yes, sir.
Carrying it?
Yes, sir.
Why don't you? Hey. I know, now you're nervous. It's all right, don't be nervous. Where you carry your pistol?
It's right here.
Okay, where's your tags at?
Right here, I'm sorry.
You're all right, just calm down. Calm down, you're all right. Don't reach towards your pistol. That's inside, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead and reach for your tags, that's all right. Keep it away from your pistol.
Yes, sir.
All right, just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, you're all right. But you know you gotta tell us, right?
I'm supposed to,
you go
yes,
through the
sir.
class, what are the 3 things you're supposed to do?
As soon as I get the officer come up, I'm supposed to give my identification.
Right on. Tell them you're carrying?
Yes, sir.
Do you have your concealed?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. Take a deep breath, man. Take a deep breath.
I've been pulled over before.
Have you?
And when I get pulled over, I just immediately give that out. But I've never had a DNR officer come up to me.
I caught you off guard, hey? Technically, the stand's not illegal if it's on your dad's property.
Okay, sir.
And bow hunting technically wouldn't be.
Okay.
So I'm not going to necessarily tell you to take the stand down, but while you're firearm deer hunting, you can't do it from the stand.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
The officers and the hunter agree to reconvene at the hunter's house.
Be a good learning experience for the kid.
Yeah. I'm more concerned about the CPS.
Yeah, I agree.
I appreciate it.
Cool. All right, gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you.
In talking to them, yeah, they haven't been around hunting very much, and the kid, it was his first year out, and so in lieu of writing them a citation for the safety zone, we opted to give them a warning on the safety zone, and then we also were able to donate them some venison that we confiscated earlier in the day. The kid was happy, the family was happy, and didn't have to write a citation in this case, but we still were able to educate.
In addition to being a Michigan conservation officer, Jeremy Sergey is also a member of the Coast Guard Reserve. He's very grateful that he's had tremendous support from his sergeant in fulfilling his duties for both roles. As a result, he nominated his sergeant for a Patriot Award, an honor that is awarded by the Department of Defense.
Our citizen soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marine, Coast Guard men and women make tremendous sacrifices to serve our country while having a full-time job.
With the help of Lieutenant Ryan Aho, Officer Sergey also wanted to keep the award a secret from the recipient, Sergeant Mark Liedman.
So you're probably wondering what we're all up to here.
Yeah, I'm really wondering.
Okay, so Jeremy worked really hard at this surprise. So when we go in and we talk to Jeremy's unit, which I did a couple months ago, I guess it was, we discuss the importance of having great employers. And I encourage our service members that when they have a great employer, such as yourself, to put him in and nominate him with the Department of Defense for a Patriot Award. And that's what I'm here for today.
Sergeant Liedman is the epitome of what a supervisor should be, who supervises individuals who serve their country as well as doing a full-time job. And I thought that merited an award. So about 2 months ago, I did a write-up and nominated Sergeant Liedman for the award.
A Patriot Award is a Department of Defense award that honors supervisors and their superior support of our Guard and Reserve employees. An employee serving in the National Guard or Reserve or the spouse of a Guard and Reserve member may nominate individual supervisors and bosses for support provided directly to the nominating service member and his or her family. The Patriot Award reflects the efforts made to support citizen warriors through a wide range of measures, including flexible schedules, time off prior to and after deployment, caring for families, and granting leaves of absences when needed.
He's gone above and beyond what's legally required. He's checked on my family while I've been gone. He's changed the schedule around when I have deployments or when I get placed in a standby status, and more importantly, he's done it enthusiastically. I've gotten no kickback at all, or I've not experienced any frustrations at all with Sergeant Liebman or the division.
Mark, on behalf of the Department of Defense, I would like to present you with the Patriot Award.
Yeah, this means a lot. This is a great award. I'm very glad that what I do helps an individual that's in the Guard that much. If it means that much to them, it makes me very proud that I can help them out and do that. Military is very, very big in my family. My father and a couple of uncles were in the military. I joined right out of high school, and I now have a son that's in the Army Reserve.
Mark goes above and beyond. He's offered to help my wife, watch our little daughter at home, cut the grass in the summer, shovel the snow in the wintertime, and all that stuff is just above and beyond.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
Glad I can
Absolutely.
help you out.
Thank you.
I'm very proud. I'm proud of Mark for supporting Jeremy and supporting him for his service and accommodating everything that he needed to do, for going above and beyond, and outside of work, offering to mow his lawn, watch his family, just looking out for him. So Mark's just a rock solid employee. Both of these guys are just great. I'm also proud of Jeremy for recognizing that, and I guess giving Mark the recognition that he has earned.
Michigan Conservation Officer Joe Deppen is patrolling during the first weekend of the state's firearm deer season.
So right now we're driving past adjacent to the game area. Watched an individual who we've been watching for the past 2 years climb into his stand to go deer hunting. We know that he has a large pile of bait out there, so we're going to wait a few minutes. We're going to park around the back side of the game area and then go walk in there and check him. Last time we checked his bait pile was last week, and so should still be a pretty good check.
Joining CO Deppen on this check are officers Chris Keel and Brad Salori.
So if he hops out the back side, we tell him to stop. All right. Ready? They're closed. All the windows are closed, I think. Hello? Conservation officers. Open up that door real quick. How you doing, sir?
Good.
Conservation officers.
Trying to get some coyotes.
Trying to get some coyotes?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Yeah?
The coyotes eat carrots?
No, I'm not hunting deer right now. I'm hunting coyotes.
Oh, here, come on, step on that for me real quick. Go ahead and hide down that ladder for my partner. Where's your firearm here?
Like the 243, so I can shoot at night off of stand for coyotes.
Okay.
What's he using?
243.
243.
All right.
I'm not using a 243 at night.
Come on, let's go. We're not going to talk up there.
We're going to have fun and get dirty, aren't we?
Yeah.
Your glasses are going to be loaded with dirt, so be ready.
Yeah, they were last time.
The Holly Oaks ORV Park exists because of a collaborative effort on the state, county, and local levels.
It was collaboration all around on a local level, on a township level, on property owners that added there, and also the volunteers to make this park a reality.
Although the funds to purchase the park were secured by the state, it is operated by local municipalities.
We utilized Michigan Natural Resource Trust funds in order to purchase the lands, and we have an agreement with Oakland County to maintain and operate the park. So it's unique in a sense that while we have other collaborative efforts out there with other counties and other historical societies and other properties, nothing quite like this size and this large. And for this specific of an item, being an off-road vehicle park.
Yeah, I'm ready to get dirty.
You guys are going to get dirty on Disability Dirt Day. All right.
A great opportunity that takes place at this park is the chance for people with disabilities to experience the excitement of riding an ORV with the help of volunteers.
All right, you ready to go, Mason? Yeah. All right, let's give him a shake and bake.
These volunteers will donate their time, expertise, and equipment to give others the chance to see what it's like to cruise along in their vehicles.
I don't know. We'll have to find out what his name is. Hopefully he's a good driver, right? So we'll be in trouble.
These unique opportunities are also available at other areas in Michigan.
It's important to us to bring people out who maybe have either mobility assistant needs or may not be able to operate and utilize equipment in the way that the average person can. And so going out and getting some experiences for those folks, whether we've done it over at Silver Lake and seeing it happen here at the Hollyoaks ORV Park as well, is a great opportunity for people to not only to have those experiences when they may not have been able to do that on themselves.
This has to be pull it down. It's got to be really tight.
Many of the people who help to maintain the park are volunteers.
The Oakland Mine Riders Group, which is a volunteer organization that has come in and done a lot of work putting effort and time into the facilities to make it happen.
You are very welcome. Thank you.
Michigan conservation officers are typically busiest during the firearm deer season, when the state usually has the highest number of hunters in the woods. In Michigan's District 9, Officers Joe Deppen, Chris Keel, and Brad Solori have encountered a man who was in a hunting blind that was set up overlooking carrots that were placed on the ground as deer bait.
You got your deer license on you?
No, it's at the house.
Why are they at the house?
Because I just live right there.
All right, you got to have them field with you, though.
Oh, I just come out here.
Okay. What'd you get this year so far?
I ain't get nothing.
No?
Nothing.
No deer, nothing like that?
Nothing.
Okay.
We hunted up in a pigeon, see a bunch of elk.
Yeah.
Too many elk.
Yeah. You got any...
So we got out of there, and then we come down here, and
yeah.
I'm just sitting here waiting for some coyotes to scoot up, because my farmer said he seen a bunch of them yelling last night when he was here.
Okay.
So.
What's up with the bait?
Well, I just put out there to see my grandson get a deer.
Okay.
Just to have him see some deer. He hadn't been out yet this year. I wanted to see him see some deer, because we don't see nothing around here.
You got your coyote call and all that stuff?
No, I don't call.
Brad. Unload it. It's good.
Unload it?
Yep.
That's quite the scope you got on there, eh?
Yeah, it's a Pulsar. It's not the best, but it does.
Okay.
It does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. All right. So no coyotes, no deer.
I got one. I got a coyote last year, right here, in fact.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, I got him mounted.
Keep your hands out of your pockets for me while we're talking to you. So, you have any ID or nothing on you?
I got nothing. All at the house.
All right.
I just cut right there, walk right through the field right there, walk to the house.
Did you walk out here? Or did you drive out here? Okay.
No, I just walked out here.
All right. Did you bring any orange with you or anything like that?
Yep, it's hanging in there.
So that bait's been there for 2 months?
Yeah.
And you're going to continue to hunt over it?
I'm hunting for coyotes.
And you're hunting over a baited area?
My grandson with a bow, with bow season. I haven't shot anything here.
So you're allowing him to hunt over the bait?
I'm letting him. I want him to see deer. That's the only way you're going to see deer. We haven't even been out here with a bow. We've been sitting here.
Okay.
I haven't even hunted, actually.
All right. Well, you're hunting now.
Yeah, I'm hunting for coyotes. Yeah, I'm hunting for coyotes, man. I haven't seen a deer out here. I haven't even got a camera out here.
All right.
Michigan conservation officers Joe Deppen, Chris Keel, and Brad Solori are working during the first full weekend of the state's firearm deer season. They found a hunter in a blind that was set up over bait. The man claims that he was targeting coyotes, not deer.
Where's his orange at? It's hanging up in there. That's what I saw. He climbed in there with the orange. It's in there still, so.
Coyotes.
Yeah, coyotes. Coyotes over carrots.
The officers begin to walk with the man towards his house.
So why are you saying that you're hunting coyotes? Just because you're using a 243?
Yeah, I'm not hunting.
You know you can't. Yeah, you are. Is that why you told us you're hunting coyotes? Is because you know you can't use a 243?
No, I know we can. I got a 450 Bushmaster I use for, down here for deer. You can't use that in deer hunting.
Well, 450?
A 450 Bushmaster you can.
can't use
right?
that.
You
right
can't
now.
use that for deer hunting. No, that's
No, but
way too far.
you can't use it for coyote either.
My fault. I thought it was 269 caliber or less. That's what the book says. 269 caliber from raised platform.
Not during firearm deer season.
Now that's what I missed. I apologize for that.
So like you said, you can hunt coyotes year-round, right? So why during firearm deer season are you hunting coyotes when you can hunt them the rest of the year?
Might as well, because there ain't no deer back there to hunt. I mean, I haven't seen a deer.
Okay.
Can't tell you. I mean, I don't even got no cameras out.
Because you haven't shot any deer this year?
Not a one. Not a deer.
You got that much time on your hands where you can hunt coyote during firearm deer season?
I'm a roofer. So that's nasty ass weather. We didn't do much this week at all.
He's been pretty cooperative.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was hunting coyotes probably, but it doesn't matter. I said if a big buck came out, you telling me you weren't going to shoot it? Well,
since he's been cooperative, I remember him from I think 2 years ago, hunting over bait, everything. I was just going to run prep for the bait. You had a couple things going in your favor. I like you.
I'm not trying to do anything really wrong, man.
I realized that after talking to you.
Yeah.
And so I came here because of the bait. I was looking for the bait, so the only citation I wrote was for the bait. I'm not writing you for the illegal firearm, okay?
Okay, good.
So 1 out of 2 instead of 2 out of 2, okay?
Great.
You're a likable guy. I know we've had our interactions in the past, but you got to kind of read up on the rules and the guides and, abide by the regs, okay?
I will.
We kind of believe
pick that bait up and throw that out.
We kind of believe that you might have been hunting coyotes tonight, but now you understand why you can't use that firearm during deer season, right? Okay.
Right.
In this case, for hunting deer over bait when doing so is prohibited, this man pled guilty and paid a court-ordered fine of $115.
You know, last time you gave us this kind of guy, the judge told my wife if you want to go get a license and come back in here, which I already got the license, he said, well, boy, just take it out. I said, no, not going to happen. I'll bite the bullet and pay the ticket because I did wrong.
What did you do last time?
I paid the ticket.
No, what was the violation?
I was over there in somebody else's tree stand underneath somebody else's bait, but I was driving my four-wheeler along that ITC's property there because I had permission to go over there and get wood. I figured, well, I'll just drive over there one evening and set.
Yeah.
And ITC must have called or something. And he come over here and give me
So it wasn't your tree stand, it wasn't your bait?
No, neither one of them.
But you didn't learn from getting a ticket for baiting?
Well, it wasn't my bait, so I should
know what this is.
But I didn't get did I? I shook his hand and said, we had a good encounter. I mean, I was in the wrong. What the going to do? I mean,
it's the same type of encounter we're having today. It's a good encounter.
Yeah.
We're still learning lessons.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You can't just hunt over a deer bait pile for coyotes at night. No.
You can't use a gut pile? I mean,
a deer bait, no, not carrots.
Can't use a carrot pile. Coyotes don't like carrots, as far as I know.
All right, any questions?
No, man, thanks for that. Appreciate
All right, young man, nice to meet you.
All right, have a good one.
Be careful.
Be good, thanks for the visit.